In this demo, I'll be showing you how option can be used to make your code easier to read when working with optional data. The program I'm going to be creating will be a survey program, and it's going to simply print out the responses to a survey. Not all questions in the survey will have answers, so option is the perfect data type to use for this situation. I'll start by creating a survey struct, and the survey will have multiple questions. Each one will have optional data. So first question will have numeric data. The second question will have Boolean data. So this maybe is a checkbox. The first one's perhaps like an age or something. And the third question will have string data. So this might be a multiple choice question. In our function, I'm going to create a new survey. I'll just call it response. It'll be a survey struct. The response for question 1 will be sum. So they answered question 1 because we're using sum. Whenever we use sum, that means there's some data, there's something there. And it'll just be 12. Question 2 will also answer the question. So this can just be true. So maybe they checked the box or they like the survey. They checked the like survey box. Lastly, we'll have multiple choice, and we'll just say that it is A. So they picked A. So whatever A happens to be, that's what they picked. We're then going to match on each response in the survey. To do so, we use match expressions. So I'm going to match on question 1. And if there is some response, I'll call it ANS for answer. Then we'll just print it out. So question 1, and then we'll put the information and our variable name. And if there's nothing, we're going to print out Q1 no response. And so let's just make sure this works fine before we continue. So I'll just run this. And it looks like it works so far. So we have 12 as our response, which as we can see is sum. So that's working just fine. Now all I'm going to do is just copy and paste this a few times. And then we can have question 2. And then for question 3, we'll do the same thing. And now that these are all set, we can run the program and see all the information. So here we have question 1 is 12, 2 is true, and then 3 is A, just as expected. Now I'm going to change some of these values, and then we'll follow the code each time I change it. That way we can see exactly how it's working with optional data. We'll start by looking at Q1. So we are creating a survey, and Q1 has some data, and that data is 12. When we match on Q1, we will see that the sum variant will be selected because we have some data. The 12 will be populated into the answer variable, and then we will print out the message Q1 and then the answer, which is 12. And then for Q2, some data. Q2, same thing. Q3, same thing because we have some data. So let's change this. Let's say question 1, let's assume they didn't answer it. So now they have no answer there. So on Q1, we have none or nothing. So when we get to this first match block here on Q1, it's going to check, is there some data? We have none, so no, there's not some data. So there's no data. It'll print out Q1, no response. Let's confirm that by running the program again. As we can see, we have Q1, no response. If we then change Q2 and Q3 to none, we'll have the same effect because each match block is the same. So Q2 and Q3, the none variant will be hit, and then we'll get no response for everything. We can mix and match these. So question 2, let's do sum false. And again, this may be like a checkbox. And as we can see, Q2 is false. This concludes the demo on optional data. I'll see you in the next presentation.